Hello everyone. I would like to welcome you all to our cancer healing journey session. Let me just tell you the guidelines of this session quickly. Healing circles are safe havens. They are built on a foundation of kindness and respect. Circle participants agree to listen with compassion and curiosity, honor each other's unique ways of healing, and don't presume to advise or fix or try to save each other. Hold all stories shared in the circle potential. Trust each of us has the guidance we need within us, and we rely on the power of silence to access it. I welcome everybody, and I welcome Tara ma'am. And I would also like to tell you all about the ZenOnco Cancer Care app. You should definitely download this app. Here you can connect with cancer experts and doctors, and you can ask any queries that you have regarding cancer. And you will also get reminders and updates on our upcoming sessions. So let me introduce everyone to our today's speaker. We have Tara Williamson with us. Tara is a fighter who strives for greatness even when circumstances pull her back. Tara was shocked to learn that she had breast cancer with no symptoms or family history. However, she did not give up and began researching her cancer and potential treatment options, allowing her to take control of her treatment. Following her recovery, she founded the Ink Tattoo LLC as a tribute to her breast cancer journey and that of others with her like her. She says, "My cancer journey has been a blessing. I also work alongside amazing plastic surgeons in my country to help post-mastectomy clients." Originally a nurse, her breast cancer journey raised her spirits and she chose a different path to do better for the society. Hi Tara ma'am, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. So, could you just introduce yourself and tell us how it all began and how did the diagnosis happen?
Absolutely. I was 39, and pardon my voice, I am recovering from a cold. I was 39 and diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma, breast cancer. And like you said, I had no family history and I had no genetic mutation, but it didn't discriminate. And I found myself in a breast surgeon's office and discussing types of treatment and what I was going to do. I had a lumpectomy, a double mastectomy, and then reconstruction, which included expanders and ultimately silicone implants. And then at one of my checkups, my doctor, discussed the areola tattooing, which I did not even know was an option. And so to find that out, that we were able to not only have the cancer removed, but to be able to be reconstructed and feel somewhat whole, to have that final touch was something pretty wonderful that I didn't know was even an option. So that kind of just led me in a different path. But if I was 39 and diagnosed with invasive ductal breast cancer.
Okay, I had a question that what was your first reaction when you were diagnosed and what was your family's reaction?
Well, my first reaction was, I think I was just in complete shock, and dread just took over because nobody wants to hear the word cancer, especially, I thought I was healthy. I lived a fairly healthy life. I was 39. I didn't have family history. It was the last thing that I thought I was ever going to have to deal with. And so it was shock, denial, a little bit of anger maybe also. And then my family, I think their first initial reaction was fear.
Right. Yeah. Like what all treatments did you undergo?
So thankfully I was early stage. I was stage 1 invasive ductal. So I had an option to either do a lumpectomy, radiation, and a hormone blocker, tamoxifen, or where I'm a little more aggressive. And so I just said I wanted to do a bilateral mastectomy and, try to be as aggressive with my own health as I could be. And so ultimately I ended up having the double mastectomy, and I did not have to have chemotherapy, thank goodness, or radiation.
Right. So, we have seen many times when the cancer treatments are going on. So, patients often, experience different side effects. So, did you experience any kind of side effect or any comorbidities during your treatment?
I think not having chemotherapy, I didn't have the side effects of that, but having 7 surgeries in 14 months was, mentally and physically challenging. You know, your whole body's being, transformed into something different, and I think I had to self-advocate, so I had to, fight for kind of what I wanted in my treatment, and I didn't feel like I had a voice at first, and although I wanted to follow the experts, I'm also a nurse and been a nurse for 22 years. So I'm in the medical field and I've taken care of breast cancer patients as the caregiver nurse, not as a patient though. And so I got to see life on a different side where I had to stand up and start advocating for myself. And I think that's extremely important to, if you have a question, ask that question. And if you have to get a second opinion, get that second opinion because it is your life and ultimately you're the one that has to be in charge of it. So I think, self-advocacy and um, just being able to have your voice heard was one of the main important factors. And as far as the treatment, because um, your whole your body image, your whole mental stability, everything is changing. You want to live and you don't know what's even being aggressive with treatment. You don't know what the final outcome is going to be by the time you're finished.
Right, that's very true. Like you told about the medical treatments that you underwent so many surgeries. So, did you go for any alternative treatment or any complementary therapies at that time?
I didn't do that. What I did though is I started focusing on my mental health and my spiritual health. And I just wanted to connect with my family and my friends and just kind of reevaluate my life while going through these surgeries and having my body changed. I knew it was time I had to remove toxic relationships, remove situations that were extremely stressful, and just kind of prioritize what's important in life.
Yeah, I totally agree with this. Yeah. So, like, I had a question that what all lifestyle changes did you undergo during your treatment and after your treatment? Like, diet, what kind of diet did you used to have, and what kind of diet do you have now? And what about, exercising and all?
Well, I thought I was pretty healthy before, and, once you're faced with that, you do, start putting everything, in perspective, and I just find myself that I don't eat fast food like I used to. I do try to live moderately, so I wanna enjoy life and everything that life has to offer, but at the same time, I wanna be respectful to my body and what I've already been through, and so I try to just choose healthier options. I try to move my body more than before and just be more aware of what I'm putting in and what I'm doing.
Right. Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to ask, like, how did you manage your, professional life and social life while you were undergoing your treatment?
My professional life, I had to take a step back because in the medical field, it can be extremely stressful. And, most of us work long hours. And, I'm pretty empathetic. So when I work with patients, I can feel, the pain that they go through. And so as a caregiver, as a nurse, I had to just stop for a minute and try to focus on myself and healing and try to get myself, back to the best shape that I could, family wise, emotionally, physically, so that I could be a better caregiver, a better nurse. So I did have to take some time and step back from my professional job while going through
Right.
the surgeries.
Okay. Yeah. So, Tara, like we have seen, many patients while they're undergoing cancer treatments, different types of treatment, be it surgery, chemotherapy, there is a lot of tension, and, there are times when they feel low, and, there is a lot of stress. So, when you were going through these times, so how did you manage your mental and, emotional well-being?
Well, I struggled in the beginning. My father passed away at the same time. And so I had a lot that I was dealing with initially at my first diagnosis. And so I think I struggled with my belief, my faith. And so I had to really just dig deep and get control of myself and really, like I said before, prioritize what's important. And so I think that going to support groups are beneficial. I had never done that in the past. I'd never gone to a support group or therapy, but I think surrounding myself with um, women and men that have been through this before me or during, going through it as well with me, I was able to connect and know that I wasn't alone and that other people are going through this. And, we face some of the same challenges. So I think having a support group was extremely beneficial. And of course, really holding tight to my family and my friends made a huge difference.
Right, that's very true. Support groups are so much helpful. You get to see that, you aren't alone in this journey. There are so many other people who are facing this, the cancer and even other problems as well. So those support groups are very much helpful. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I had a question that, what were the things that helped you the most during your entire journey? Like, be it people or any specific treatments that helped you that helped you the most.
Well, I think ultimately my faith helped me because that just gave me strength to be able to conquer everything. And then my husband and my children and my extended family, my siblings and my mother and then my um friends. I think just having that circle around you during those times are important. And if you don't have family to be around you or friends, when that support group can come in too, because, you know, having them, the women and the men that have been through it or going through it, to be able to say, hey, I feel this way, or I'm not feeling, so happy today, or I'm scared of what tomorrow is going to bring. And, if I have to have this surgery, what does that feel like? Or can you tell me? To have somebody that's already been through it is just, um, there aren't enough words to explain how beneficial that is because they can kind of help guide you and hopefully in a positive way to say, like you can make it through, you will get through this. And so I think just having all those help. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really nice. So many people in our life, help us in different ways. Right. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, what were your top three learnings from your entire journey?
I think my top three learnings are self advocacy for sure, because it's your life and you have to fight for your life. Ultimately, you can listen to the experts and you can go see experts, but if you have a question or concern, you have to open up your mouth and you have to use your voice and you have to advocate for yourself. So that's number one, is self advocacy. Education, you have to find the resources, teach yourself, learn, ask questions. So research and education is definitely key. And then support. So you have to have the support around you, whether it's your family, friends, or support groups. So definitely advocacy for yourself, education, and support system.
Right. Yeah, that was a really, there are so good learnings that, different people learn during their entire journey. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, yeah, so what would be your message for cancer patients and cancer caregivers?
I think ultimately is, listen to yourself, listen to your gut, be your best advocate. We only have one life to live, so you have to fight for it and make changes and get that second opinion if needed. Follow, don't be ashamed to go to a support system, a support group. Um, you know, give back. Once we've been through this, I just learned that I have to continue to give back because it was so important for my healing. And, after I went through my journey, I felt like I just needed to give back to the community. So anything that I can do, even as far as starting Pink Ink Tattoo, through my own journey, I found that that was something that was missing in the cancer community, was the final touch, that last step with the areola tattooing. And so I had to, start this myself, and then help women and men so that they can close that chapter and, go out and live their best life. I think giving back, which I do every year with my Day of Hope, and where we can connect other, breast cancer survivors of all kind of cancer, though, kind of just find that they're not alone and they're together, you know, um, speak and let your voice be heard, because although so many people have been diagnosed with cancer and a lot of people have had the same kind of cancer, every journey is different. So sharing your story can inspire someone else, and to also let them know they're not alone. So I think that's really important to me, because I know with what I've done, when I first started my company back in 2014, I just did it out of a need that I felt like, a calling that I needed to help my fellow survivors, not for any other reason. And then here, almost 9 years later, I've been in these global magazines and interviews that have just been so amazing and such a blessing. But the most important part of it is that I've had people reach out from all over the world that says, "Hey, I saw you in the Oprah Winfrey magazine or Allure magazine, and your story helped me, because I'm alone and I don't have a support system." And I think getting messages and emails and phone calls of that sort really just inspires me continuously and tells me that, I know what I'm doing makes a difference. And so I'm just going to continue to do what I do. So I think helping others and giving back is very important.
Right, it was such a beautiful message, and it was really helpful for everyone. And I'm sure it would, help so many cancer patients and caregivers out there. Okay, so I had one last question for you, that if you have to sum up your entire journey in a single sentence, then what would it be? And like how?
I think, gosh, that's hard to do, but ultimately, I think now where I am with my company, Pink Ink Tattoo, I think it's purpose over profit for sure, because what I do on a daily basis, I live my life in this community. I meet people every day. And so I think purpose over profit for sure, giving back, and truly feeling blessed that I'm where I'm supposed to be. And it's only because I had to go through what I went through with cancer that I'm here today.
Yeah, very true. You're truly a warrior. So, thank you so much, Tara, for answering all my questions in such a detail and, beautifully answering them. And we have some questions for you, as well as we have some of our viewers want to, directly connect with you. So we'll start with Deepak ji. Okay, Deepak ji, I'm unmuting you.
Hi Tara, good evening.
Hello.
Hello. What type of cancer you had?
I had stage 1 invasive ductal carcinoma, so breast cancer.
No, it's a hormone positive, hormone negative.
Pardon?
It's a hormone positive or hormone
Yeah.
negative?
I was hormone and progesterone positive, HER negative.
And what kind of treatment you have taken?
I had a lumpectomy, double mastectomy, and reconstruction. I discussed doing a hormone blocker with my oncologist, but at that time we felt like I was not going to do that treatment.
Okay, you don't know your treatment, which chemo you have taken or anything is. Now you are taking any medicine still?
I don't take anything to this day. I'm not taking any type of medication, just regular
Okay.
checkups and yeah, and blood work.
You're doing the regular checkup. That is the main
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely. And of course, if
Good.
I feel anything, if I feel off, and they do my blood work once or twice a year, and if there's anything abnormal or if I have any pains or discomforts, then my doctor typically has me come in and we'll do, you know, an exam or an x-ray, or if I need an MRI, something like that.
So I think so, as you are telling, you are not taking any medicine. That means that you have the TNBC, triple negative breast cancer, maybe. There was no hormone positive.
I was hormone positive.
Okay. So if you are a hormone positive, then they give the tablet for the longer period. Minimum 5 to 10 years, you have to take the one tablet.
Right. Well, I think I know here in the States that sometimes, you know, each individual has a different plan, and
Okay.
typically you're correct that they do suggest or prescribe a hormone blocker if you're hormone positive. I think that also they factor in your onco score. So if your score to have a reoccurrence is higher than you know what the average, then they absolutely would. And that's something that you have to discuss, you know, with the oncologist and the two of you. And I think for me, when we discussed it, my numbers were so low that I felt like that was just what was best for me, and he agreed with that. But of course, you know, initially they did suggest that, and I did my research and I did that. But again, you know, I'm not advocating for anybody to do anything I do. I'm just saying, you know, educate yourself before you make a decision, for sure.
Good.
But you are correct. Typically that's what they do. They prescribe a hormone blocker for hormone positive.
I'm also a caregiver.
Pardon?
I'm a caregiver to my wife.
Oh, you're a caregiver for your wife?
Yeah.
How has that been for you?
She is in stage 4. But it is under control. Total disease is under control.
Oh, is okay. For breast cancer? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
All
breast
the best.
cancer is
Heart, ERPR positive, HER2 negative.
yes.
And she is on fulvestrant with the palbociclib.
Yeah.
It is a targeted therapy. You're from which country?
I'm from the United States, America. Yeah.
I know US. Many patients from the US are connected with me. Still.
Yes. And,
So we are
and
in
that
the
is
one big group is there, breast cancer prevention group. So
which
many
is so beautiful that we can all be around this, you know, beautiful earth and share, you know, sadly a common thing, but the beautiful thing is now we can connect and be able to support each other.
Good. Okay then.
Yeah.
Astaji, thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepak
Thank you.
ji.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would just like to make a small announcement that to everyone, to all of our viewers, that I've shared a number and I've also shared the app download link in the chat itself. You can download the ZenOnco Cancer Care app from the chat itself, and I will also, just speak the number verbally in case you cannot see it in the chat. So it is 99 307 09 000. I'll repeat it once again. It is 99 307 09 000. So, in case anybody needs any help with cancer treatment, or they have any questions related to anything, they can reach out to us, and we'll surely help you with that. Yeah. So, Tara, I just saw one question in the chat. So, someone is asking, like, what type of, diet do you follow? What kind of things do you avoid? And what about sugar and milk?
So I try to eat more of a lower fat diet, and I don't eat red meat. I don't eat a lot of red meat, and I just try to eat a really low fat, which includes a lower sugar diet. I mean, like I said, I like to live moderately, so I will have that. I'm gonna enjoy some of the great things in this world, especially traveling and going to different countries. You want to, experience their culture. So I do allow myself to have that. I don't restrict everything, but I definitely, try to be more aware of eating more of a lower fat, lower sugar type of diet.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tara, for answering that. We have one more question that did you try any kind of complementary, like CBD? You must have heard about medical cannabis and other type of therapies that are like acupuncture and all. So like, did you try any of that?
I didn't try that, but I definitely advocate for that because as a nurse, I saw the benefits that absolutely had, everything that you mentioned. And so, as a medical professional, I definitely advocate for that type of therapy, along with, the medical therapy. I have girlfriends that were stage 3 breast cancer or stage 2, and they did definitely try that type of therapy, and it was very beneficial. It helped remove the pain and some of the side effects from chemotherapy for sure. So if that's something that people are considering, definitely talk to your doctor about it, because I only know of the benefits from those type of therapies for sure.
Right, that's very true. We have seen about the integrative type of treatment. That means along with the medical treatment,
Right.
patients should try complementary therapies, which, complement their main treatment, so like diet, keeping a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, and, starting with the medical cannabis, it helps a lot, especially in eliminating pain and, reducing the spread of cancer in their body. So it is very much helpful in that.
Well, and it also has a benefit of increasing your appetite. So for people that, anxiety can lower that hunger feeling, your appetite, and chemotherapy absolutely can. So to have that is absolutely a benefit because you have to keep your diet up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, apart from diet, I've also, seen that it also helps in sleep management because, people, tend to face a lot of sleep issues and appetite issues. So it helps in that as well. So it is very, very beneficial. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Tara, for answering all the questions that our viewers had. And I would like to request, if anybody wants to discuss anything, they can write in the chat box or they can raise their hands. Yeah, and I would also like to ask anybody who wants to share their experience. Deepak ji, you want to share how has your experience been lately? I'm just unmuting you.
Yes, what you say?
Yeah, Deepak ji, I was asking if you want to, tell about your experience lately, how your cancer caregiving journey has been, and if you want to, give give a message to the cancer patients and caregivers out there?
Not getting you.
Deepak ji, can you hear me now?
Yes. What you said,
Yeah.
I am not understanding.
Yes, sir. I was just asking, how has your journey been, your caregiving journey?
The journey is going on still from 2012. It's going, this support group is the most important thing nowadays. We support each other. We know each other's what the treatment is going on. We can discuss with the other oncologists in the support group. We can get some detail from different caregivers, different patients. It's help in our treatment also.
Yes,
That's
very
why
true.
I asked Tara what treatment you have taken. You don't know what the chemo they have given. You don't know. You know, Tara, what the chemo they have given you?
Did I have chemotherapy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have given you any chemotherapy?
No, I did not have chemotherapy.
Okay. So only you have done the surgery.
Correct.
Okay. And radiation, have you taken the radiation? Radiotherapy?
Radiation
Um,
therapy and
I'm sorry.
Did you take the radiotherapy or radiation?
No, I have not. I did not either. I
Only
think
surgery you have done.
if I would have done a lumpectomy, I would have had to have the radiation therapy.
Okay.
Absolutely. With the hormone blocker.
So
But
are you
I
taking the
did
hormone
have
blocker
that, and then
still?
I chose to do a double mastectomy. So I had them both removed.
So you are taking the hormone blocker, correct?
I'm not now. I'm not currently.
Okay.
And I'm a 10. So I just celebrated my 10-year survivorship. So I've been a
Okay.
survivor for 10 years now.
10 years, then no need to take any medicine. Yes. Congrats.
yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I've seen many patient, not patient, fighter. They have survived more than 25 years also. From the stage 4, they recover, and after that, they are in after 25 years also they are cured. Nothing problem.
Yes, very true.
One of the famous person is there, Srenik Shah. He is giving the lot of lectures in the USA also. Motivational lectures he is giving there.
Yeah. It's definitely helpful.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Deepak ji.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
And
And
thank you so much, and best wishes for you and your wife and your whole family.
Thanks.
okay, yeah. So thank you so much once again. I'd like to thank everyone out there. And I'm also sharing our number and app download link again in the chat. If anybody has any questions related to cancer, they can reach out to us at any time. So thank you so much, Tara, for sharing your journey with us today. And I'm sure that it would help so many people out there. It was really very much inspirational. And I would like to congratulate you once again on completing 10 years. Yeah, thank you so much and all the best for your future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me. It's a true honor.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.